I've got some updates in the Jacob Couch scenario or situation. Some unfortunate updates. Many of you saw that I reported on a man that ran into the wrong person in broad daylight. An individual who has no impulse control. Individual that was walking around looking for somebody to, looking for somebody to hurt, I believe. And as of, many of you people know the story, Jacob was traveling home after attempting to grieve a stillborn child while waiting at the bus stop. A deranged African-American man decided that Jacob Couch no longer deserved to live. And as of about 2 a.m. last night, just after there was a vigil for Jacob, he has now passed away. And his brother has spoken about it. I've reached out to the wife. Obviously, she's got enough to deal with right now. But let's get into the news. First, let's look at what the brother said. Jacob's brother speaks out. We know what happened. As the individual awaits yet another court hearing at the end of the month, Couch, meanwhile, has been hospitalized and on life support. This was written last night. We now know that this morning he has passed away. He's been on life support for the past 2 weeks. Officials have said he is not expected to survive, which we now know he did not. He and his wife, Kristen Couch, were in California mourning the loss of their stillborn son. The couple decided to travel cross-country back to their hometown in Alabama, where their lives were upended in Tucson. The incident happened in broad daylight at 10 a.m., 2 miles from the University of Arizona campus and 2 blocks away from Tucson Police Headquarters. He's got the biggest heart that I believe I've ever met. Couch's younger brother, Luke Couch, told Fox News. Now, before I get into the rest of the story, I do want to take a moment to acknowledge and thank that we have a sponsor for this video, because these type of things are normally disliked by the YouTube individuals, the YouTube overlords. So I forgot to bring it up. I wasn't ready. All right, we'll go here. Thankfully, I can edit this out later. Okay. If you're feeling buried under credit card debt, credit card bills, need help with personal loans or medical debt, it's like your money's working harder for your lenders than it is for you, but it doesn't have to be that way with PDS Debt. PDS Debt does more than just help manage your debt. They empower you to take control using their platform. They go beyond the numbers to understand your unique financial situation and craft a personalized plan designed just for you. No more cookie cutter solutions. Here's the best part. There's no minimum credit score required. Whether your credit is bad or fair, they're here to help you save more, pay off your debt faster, and start putting money back where it belongs. Getting started is easy. Go to pdsdebt.com/quartering, link in the description also, to complete your free debt assessment to see what options are available to you. Every day you wait is costing you money. Get started with your free debt analysis in just 30 seconds at pdsdebt.com/quartering. That's pdsdebt.com/quartering. I certainly remember the immense pressure it was when I got into debt after college. And so I know what people are going through. So take back control today by visiting pdsdebt.com/quartering. Now, he and his wife, Jacob's wife, Kristen, he's got the biggest heart I've ever met. Couch's younger brother, Luke Couch, told Fox News Digital, and I really do mean that. He was just a caring person. He loved his family. He was really big about his family. Authorities have released very few details about the potential motive for the crime. Well, I suspect it has something to do with being in the wrong place around the wrong person. Michael, the individual's lawyer in the initial bond, has now claimed self-defense. Now, just to show you how insane that is, this individual was sitting on the park bench with his wife when Michael took out the hatchet that he had brought with him for obvious reasons and took his life. I'm not sure how exactly that's self-defense. In fact, Jacob was sitting down on a park bench alone, not even facing this individual, but now they're claiming self-defense. His brother says, I want to make sure this man never does this again, and no other family has to go through what my family has. To see my brother in the hospital bed, unable to move, unable to do anything, it hurts so bad to know that I wasn't able to be there to protect him. And as of last night, we have an update. Moments after a vigil for him, he has passed away. Jacob's family has confirmed that he did pass away Thursday, mere hours after a vigil was held for him outside Banner University Medical Center in Tucson. The family said his heart gave out. Jacob, 32, had been on life support since the incident at a streetcar stop in downtown Tucson. Now, I do want to give a moment to shout out to the people of Tucson. They seem to have really embraced this family. I read that someone gave his family a place to stay, food and things of that nature. I saw they set up a GoFundMe to travel out there, and the community raised nearly $50,000 to cover them traveling out there and handling all this. I think a lot of people also confuse that with a GoFundMe for his wife and children, which I have started, which sadly now is turning into a memorial. I'll leave it linked. It's also just givesendgo.com/helpjacob, JACOB. It's also my pinned comment. So far, the community has raised nearly $52,000 for his wife and his children. It's absolutely amazing to see, to help them through this time. Maybe over the weekend it'll really take off, end up paying for this kid's college, things of that nature. That's my hope, because this is just truly a wild scenario. Records show Jacob had said something. So on April 5th, Jacob and his wife, Kristen, were sitting on the bench on the corner of 6th and Broadway when a man approached and yelled at them. Records show that Jacob said something back to the man. And that's when Jacob, when the incident happened, it ended up severing the artery in the back of his neck, and was so deep that it went into his actual skull. Of course, Daniel McMichael is the young man, future scientist that didn't do anything wrong. Documents show search warrants found everything. He initially denied involvement, but later admitted that, of course, he had just been drinking, so that's why. Didn't remember anything. Well, now he remembers that it's self-defense. At 7 p.m. last night, a vigil was held. The family was among a group of community leaders who gathered to rally behind Jacob. The brutal and senseless act touched a lot of people in the Tucson community who said they wanted to be by the family's side as they go through the unimaginable. It broke my heart to hear something so demonic, so horrible happen to people who were just coming to visit. And, not even really visit. They were just on their way home. Something that dark happening in our city really broke my heart, said vigil attendee Rosanna Gonzalez. A lot of people have stepped up for the family, including one community member who opened their home to Jacob's younger brother and wife so that they could stay there. That's incredible. That's good people being good people. And, all the people involved in this who have decided to, reach out and help, whether it's donating, to Give Send Goes, and things of that nature, to people gathering for vigils, for people that nobody even knows. None of these people even knew. The whole situation is an absolute tragedy. His sister-in-law, Erica Sims, now confirmed that he passed away at 8:58 p.m. after his heart gave out. His passing came shortly after the vigil. Maybe, it was time for him to go home, leading here into Good Friday. I don't know anything about his personal life. I know he had a couple of kids. And basically everyone around him said that he was a good man. Obviously, there is zero evidence at all in any way, shape, or form that he did anything to deserve this. That he did anything to provoke this. This is just somebody with no impulse control whatsoever, seeing a white guy sitting on a park bench and decided to take his life. That's what my opinion is. I'm not exactly sure why you would be carrying something like that around unless you were explicitly looking to cause harm to somebody. It's not even something that you can like easily conceal. This guy, in my opinion, was probably just walking around looking for a victim, which unfortunately happens way too much. And it happens a lot from this specific community. And it's not something that that community even wants to address. Do, other communities, white communities, Asian communities have problems like this? Yes, of course. And it's also just as bad. But for whatever reason, only one community continually hand waves this type of behavior. Now, I don't see anybody out there, celebrating this like many people seem to be with Carmelo Anthony. But, anytime you ask any questions about this, wonder if anyone's going to take responsibility for this kind of stuff, it's always, oh, well, you're an ist or a phobe and you aren't allowed to have an opinion on this. And yet just another innocent person has to lose their life. Before his passing, community members gathered in prayer along with Kristen Couch's mother, Elizabeth, and his brother, Luke, his sister-in-law, Erica. It was the idea of Tucsononian? I don't know. Rosanna Gonzalez. People in that community are giving them gift cards and food and places to stay. Just a great thing to see come out of that community. But a terrible, terrible end to a terrible, terrible story. So hopefully people go to givesendgo.com/helpjacob, JACOB, or they will share it on their Facebooks or, Instagrams and things like that, so that maybe some other people may be inspired to help out.